LindsayAnn. Today we are making a small batch recipe that makes exactly 2 servings of chocolate cake with my chocolate cake slices for 2. This recipe is really perfect for any time you want a portion-controlled 2 slices of cake without having to make an entire layer cake that serves like 8 people. It transforms one thin layer of cake into exactly 2 servings of rich, chocolatey 4-layer cake slices. Perfect for you and you're someone special, or you can eat them both yourself, which is probably what I'm gonna do. So first we're just gonna dissolve 1/3 cup of Dutch processed unsweetened cocoa powder into 1/3 cup of boiling hot coffee. And you could just use regular boiling water if you want. The coffee flavor just really brings out the depth in the chocolate in this recipe. Then just set that aside. Now to a mixing bowl, just go ahead and add 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour, 2/3 cup of granulated white sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And just whisk that all together. Then we add the wet ingredients, so in goes 1/3 cup of sour cream to make this cake nice and moist, 1 large egg, 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're just gonna beat this all in there. Now comes the good part. We're just gonna add the cocoa mixture and pour it in a steady stream until the batter's nice and smooth and thin. Then we're just gonna pour the batter into a 9 or 10-inch cake pan that's lined with parchment paper and sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. And we're gonna bake it in a preheated 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 20 to 25 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. So while that's in the oven, we can get started on the frosting. So we're just gonna add 1/2 cup, which is 1 stick of softened butter to the bowl, and beat this on medium speed until it's nice and smooth and creamy. Just make sure your butter is at room temperature so it beats up nice and smooth. Next, we're gonna add 2 cups of sifted powdered sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 3 tablespoons of maraschino cherry juice. Now this is what's gonna tint the frosting that pretty pink color and give it a little cherry flavor, but you can totally use milk or water too if you like instead. Then we're just gonna beat this all together for about 3 to 4 minutes until it's nice and light and fluffy. Look at how creamy and gorgeous this frosting is. And this is like the prettiest shade of pink I've ever seen. I think this is the prettiest frosting I've ever made. All right, once your cake is completely cool, we're just gonna flip it upside down so we have that perfectly flat top. Then we're just gonna take our frosting and plop it right on top and frost the entire top of the cake, working your way down to the edge. And just go ahead and smooth out those sides and get the top of the cake nice and flat and even. Okay, now comes the fun part. We're just gonna take a long knife, slice it in half, and then go ahead and slice it in half the other way. Now we stack, so just go ahead and take 1 of the quarters and stack it right on top. And we're just gonna do this with each quarter until we have a 4-layer wedge of cake. And at this point, you can go ahead and smooth out the back of the cake and the sides if you need. And I have a little bit of icing left over, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that into a little piping bag fitted with a star tip and pipe 2 cute little swirls right on top. Now I'm gonna add some festive sprinkles because we have to add sprinkles, and finish it off with 2 cherries right on top. So there it is, your 2-slice wedge of chocolate layer cake. Now you can go ahead and store this in an airtight container if you're not gonna serve it immediately, or go ahead and just slice it right down the middle and you're ready to serve and enjoy. Now I have a ton of desserts for 2 on my website, like my chocolate cupcakes for 2, my mini 4-inch double chocolate layer cake for 2, brownie sundaes for 2, one of my personal faves, even adorable love-themed cream-filled cupcakes for 2. But this recipe for my 2-slice chocolate cake is seriously one of my favorites because you can indulge in a rich, decadent slice of chocolate cake, but it's super cheap, quick and easy, and you don't have the entire pan sitting on the counter from the kitchen tempting you for later. I know you guys are gonna give this one a try, so be sure to tag me in a picture on Facebook or Instagram at LindsayAnn Bakes. I'd love to see how yours turned out. All right, guys, I hope you loved the recipe. Don't forget, head on over to LindsayAnnBakes.com for the full recipe and tons more Valentine's Day treats that I know you're gonna love. And be sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel to be the first to see my all new videos. I've got some good ones coming up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!